What's up? What's up? What's up, people? This is Gail Dudley, and it is time for your news in motion. Today is Monday, September the 26th, 2022, and it's time for the weekend recap and some headline news. Again, I am your host, Gail Dudley, and I'm so excited to be here with you on this Monday morning. I see you, Jeffrey Allen James. I see you, Deborah Johnson. Good morning, Tracy Newmy. I see you, Adrian. Good morning to all of you. Do me a quick favor. What's up, Yvonne? Do me a quick favor. Hit that share button and share it to as many people as you possibly can share it. We found out something. We did a short research piece with the social media people this weekend, and we found that our algorithm is there, but it's hard for people to find us. So we gathered that they're really trying to suppress the content that we're putting out there. But you can help change that by continuously sharing it, and you don't have to share it on your actual wall. We understand sometimes that's not what you want to do. So you can send it through Messenger, but you got to be careful with that as well. You can only send it to so many people before Facebook will flag you. So you have to be careful, but we're trying to get this content out there to more people. For the longest, we were out there constantly. Now, those of us in the group, our social media team, we could not even find us. So we have to do our part. So if you would share it, that would be great. We also are looking at other forms that we could bring news in motion. Yeah, know we are on YouTube. I know we're on my LinkedIn as well. But the chat just seems to be live right here at Facebook. So if you have any suggestions for us, we're open to hearing from you. I see you, Shirley Nicholson. I see you, Kenny Stanley. I see you, Mike Nicholson. He says, got your email, just been busy getting caught up on responding the Black backlog and will respond today. Okay, I don't know who that Facebook user is. Who did I say? Who's the Facebook user? Let me know. Good morning to my brother. Good morning, Ron Robinson. Good morning, Davy. Yeah, good morning. Okay, so again, y'all, we did a trial run. I just want to share this with you so you know what we do behind the scenes. The social media team did a trial run this past weekend because so many people are saying to us they can't find us, they can't tag us, they're looking for us, this, that, and the other, and they're wondering what's happening. When we were doing the young people takeover, I came out through the other side trying to find my own show and could not find it. Yes, I tried hard. So I had to go through StreamYard, my back office, to find the show. There's something wrong with that. Doing some research, we see that a lot of shows are being suppressed, and I believe we're one of them. So again, you can help us by sharing it. If you don't want to post it to your wall per se, share it through your DM or share it through your story or something, or just tell people about News in Motion and let them know that we're here. Good morning. Let's see. Oh, that's Devante. Good morning to you. Okay. Yeah. And that's the other thing. Like Mike Nicholson comes up, Facebook user. Nawana Turner sometimes come up, Facebook user. Now Devante is coming up, Facebook user. So even that, some really wacky things that are going on. But listen, we got this and we can keep going. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I see you, Kim Edmondson. So again, y'all, today is Monday, September the 26th, 2022, and it is time for the weekend recap. Let's see. Tracy says it doesn't come up anymore that you are live. I have to set a reminder now. Yeah, some weird stuff. And I think if y'all notice this as well, and the social media team was talking about that this weekend. If you notice, it's the content that we're giving. And it's like almost educational. Well, it is educational type content, and it's about elections, and we're fair and balanced. We're giving you the truth. We're giving you authentic content, and so maybe that's why they're suppressing us. I don't know, but I think it's a shame. Good morning, Shardini. I see you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right, y'all. Let me give you some the other thing I want to tell everyone this morning, I have a announcement from the White House as well. Like I get them personally, no, I don't. But listen, y'all. Yesterday started Rosh Hashanah, and that stands for Head of the Year, which is their new year. And so there was a statement from President Joe Biden. Y'all know I can't see these days, so there's a statement from President Joe Biden. It says, "This Rosh Hashanah, Jewish communities throughout America and across the globe will celebrate the birth of the world and the beginning of a new year. with the piercing sound of the shofar. Have y'all ever heard the beautiful sound of the shofar? But he has this, I like this man. With the piercing sound of the shofar and the sweetness of apples dipped in honey, the Jewish New Year ushers in a sacred time of reflection, repentance, and renewal. A time to pause and look inward. During these days of awe, we have the opportunity to ask what kind of person we want to be and how have we measured up. He goes on to say in his statement, just as individuals can seek renewal, so too can nations. This past year has seen encouraging progress for our nation. More Americans are securing the dignity of good paying jobs. Fewer children are living in poverty, which is a true statement. I'm going to try to unpack that on Wednesday about fewer children living in poverty. I've been following that with my passion with food insecurity. It's amazing what you could see. Um, More Americans are securing the dignity of good paying jobs. Fewer children are living in poverty. With COVID 19, he kind of cleaned it up from 60 Minutes. No longer the same disruptive threat it was, which is true. Families can once more gather around the Rosh Hashanah dinner table and sit together in their synagogues. At the same time, we have much more work to do to realize the value that binds us as Americans and to restore the soul of our nation. In the coming year, we must not only look inward, but also look to each other. We must rebuild our communities through empathy and acts of kindness, bridging the gap between the world we see and the future we seek. He goes on and ends it with Jill and I. He needs to say Dr. Jill, but that's his wife, so he can say Jill. Jill and I offer our warmest wishes to everyone celebrating Rosh Hashanah in the United States, Israel, and around the world. May your prayers be heard and your faith revitalized, and may we all be inscribed in the book of life. Yes, that was just beautifully written. That's why I wanted to read the entire thing to you. Y'all, that will go. It started yesterday and it will end at evening on Tuesday, not Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, September 27th, excuse me. So that's the statement. I want to see what some of you are saying. Kim Edmondson said, I've heard other people say they prefer using YouTube because Facebook plays too many games with the numbers. They really do. And our numbers have really shot up. And then all of a sudden they come crashing down. And part of that is because we took August off, which we understand. But when I can't find my own show, that's kind of strange. Good morning, Elizabeth. Davia is saying, let me see what she's saying. Your content is informative and unifying. Conflict and division sells, so it's promoted. It's sad, but that is so true. That is so true. Good morning, Patricia Lyles. Good morning, Lori Wallace. Good morning. So, y'all, that's that. And the other thing I want to share with you, some of you were asking about some of what I was sharing last week. Kenny Stanley doing the sports, Deborah Johnson doing a writing broadcast, and then the young people continuously doing what they're doing. They're going to be doing some hip hop. I believe it's going to be Friday afternoon. And we are just saying, okay, what other pitches are out there, and you can send those in to News in Motion with Gail at gmail.com. Again, News in Motion with Gail at gmail.com. That is that information. Thank you, Isaiah, for putting that up. While that is still up, in case you are jotting that down, let me give you the week ahead for the White House as well. Today, the president will depart Wilmington, Delaware, en route to the White House. He was going around, just chilling or whatever. Tuesday, the 27th, the president will deliver remarks at an event focused on lowering healthcare costs and protecting and strengthening Medicare and Social Security. That's a conversation. I'm sharing these weekly briefings with you now because there's, especially leading up to the elections, there's some information you want to hear. So hear this again. This can take place of your town hall meetings. On Wednesday, the president and first lady will deliver remarks to celebrate the Americans with Disability Act. So that's happening as well. And then Thursday, the 29th, the president will host his first ever U.S. Pacific Island Country Summit to demonstrate the United States' deep and ensuring partnership with the Pacific Island region. And then on Friday, the president and first lady will host a reception to celebrate the Jewish New Year. And then on Saturday, the president and vice president will deliver remarks at the 2022 Phoenix Awards dinner. Just tune into these different things to see what's happening and how you could possibly participate. Every now and then he will send links to certain people after your 'cause, your links are out there. They'll send links to certain people and ask you to tune in to see what it is that they're doing. All right, y'all, it's time for me to bring in Kenny Stanley. Then would come back after Kenny Stanley, and there is a lot of content I'm going to be sharing with you. You may want to have a pencil or piece of paper or your computer nearby. So go ahead and bring on in Kenny with his intro. Good morning, Kenny
Good
Stanley.
morning. What's going on, Facebook family?
How
How
you
you doing,
doing
Gail?
today? You doing
What's
good?
happening? I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
I'm real good.
Good.
Got up
Before
this
you
morning.
I'm great. I'm great. Before you get into the scores, I thought it was fitting that we come back and just touch on two things real quick. One, Brett, is it Fire?
Far.
Farr. Brett Farr. I want to talk about him. Then I want to go and talk about uh Emmy Udoko. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
All right, good. 'Cause, you sit there and you're trying to like, okay, sound
Yeah.
this out. Let me listen to it. So let's start with Brett Farr. This is the welfare scandal, um, and no one wants to talk about it. Even Nawana Turner was like, News in Motion was the only one who kept putting it out there last week. Why do you think that is?
Brett Favre is the golden boy. Let's just put it out there 100%. He's the golden boy.
Is that the
So
golden boy from playing
from playing football,
NFL?
he was the golden boy for playing NFL. I mean, he
Okay.
came out of Mississippi, was a low draft pick by the Atlanta Falcons. Uh, they didn't even think he was going to make it. And all of a sudden, lightning struck. He was traded to the Green Bay Packers, and he became everything in the NFL. So he was the NFL golden boy for a long time, even through everything that he went through. I mean, he sent text messages to massage therapists and everything else. But he was the golden boy. Nobody talked about it.
So, as Black and Brown people, especially when we are focused on the disparities, I shouldn't say we focus, we see the disparities. What can we do? It seems like there's something we can do to continuously put this out there, like what they call in the media a loop. So we can continuously looping this story until people start having the conversation and to some degree pressure other media to pay attention. And I believe even this community, this News in Motion family can do that. And I see that Devontae's on here, so Unbossed as well, a collaborative effort to do that with dignity and
Right.
professionalism. But can you speak to that a minute?
Well, we're going to have to do what you just said. We're going to have to keep putting pressure on. As long as we keep putting the pressure on, they're
Yeah.
going to have to talk about it because I don't understand. I don't want to lead into it yet because you said we was going to talk about it. To talk about the Boston Celtics coach that's been on every news
Yeah.
thing going. ESPN, on every show ESPN got, that's all they talked about. And
Yeah.
the Brett Favre thing came out 2 weeks before this Boston Celtics coach. 2 weeks before then, you heard it one time on two sports shows.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith said something. Shannon Sharp said something. Two different sports shows. After that, it was hush. You didn't hear from nobody else. You have to keep the pressure on and make them cover it. They did. Back to Michael Vick. I hate to bring Michael Vick up. Michael Vick did what he did. He paid the price for it.
Right.
Even after he paid the price, Michael Vick still get drugged through the mud because of dogfighting.
Right.
You did more about Michael Vick than the dogfighting. You care more about the dogs. And he should have got punished for the dog. Don't get me wrong, I'm a
Yeah.
dog lover.
Yeah.
He should have got punished. You did more about Michael Vick. He was on the front page of every newspaper. He was everywhere. All on the news. Brett Favre. This is a scandal where you and
Yeah.
the former governor and whoever was over the money, y'all was sampling off the top, taking for people in need, and you don't want to talk about it. Why? And in the poor state of the union, in the poor state of the union at that, you took for them.
Yeah. Yeah, even Yvonne is saying and Colin taking a knee caused issues for people.
Yeah,
Um, this is the kind of news, and this is a part of the sports that Kenny's going to continuously bring in. And again, he will kick off his show on Saturday, October the 1st at 4:30. Did
about
we?
4:30.
No, 4:30. But these are just some of the things, we want to talk about the wins. We want to talk about the loss. We want to like hate on people, throw shade, things like that. We want to build people up in high schools and their sports and college and the pros. But at the same time, we want to bring a highlight to things like this because
Right.
this is where I believe our voices matter. Y'all may not see it as a connecting dot, but even something like this, talking about it connects to voting
Yeah,
because these are where the rules. And Deborah said there are so many double standards. You're right.
yeah,
There are so many double standards. But y'all, we have to start realizing where voting is. The e-news that comes out today, if you have not subscribed, it is free. It's on my website, gaildudley.com. Homepage, scroll to the bottom. It says subscribe. Complete that. You'll get a weekly e-newsletter until the holidays. Then we'll come back in January. But a weekly e-newsletter that talks about things. And today's that will go out. We'll talk about voting and the lack of voter turnout. And then I start connecting these dots as well. So, Kenny, let's go to the Boston Celtics coach. It's interesting because people are also jumping on Nia Long. I'm like, there's several things there. Number one, it's not our business.
no,
Number two, they've been dating for years or engaged. I
yeah.
think I read
They
several
got a
places for
they
10
got a
years.
son. I think
For
he's
so many
11.
years, they have a 10-year-old son.
10-year-old. Yeah.
Things like that. But everyone wants to talk about it. And he was suspended for a complete year. But then we have other NFL, NBA players and NBA sportscaster and so forth saying this is regular stuff that happens in the locker room or wherever
Right.
else with coaches and owners and everyone else. That doesn't make it right because you're involving other people. But why was this so harsh on him?
There's that double standard again.
Okay.
That double standard. I mean, they were two consenting as adults. I'm not condoning what he did, and he knew the rules going in. Should he be suspended? Yeah, he broke the rules. Are you going to fire him? Apparently not. You're going to keep him, but you're going to take half his pay, and he's suspended for a year. I don't think he should have been suspended. That's just me, because they were consenting adults. His problem is he got to make up to Nia Long. That's who he got to make up to. That's who he got to make up to. If that's going to keep going, I don't know if she's going to stay with him or she going to go on about her business.
And again, that's
But
none of our business.
none of my business.
I'm
But
looking at the coach and what happened there. Now he won.
he
He was
made they made he took Boston to the finals last year in his first
fine.
year as the coach.
Yeah.
This was his first year coaching. He took them
Yeah.
to the finals. They got beat by Golden State, but took them to the finals. He put
Yeah.
Boston back on the map.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're gonna suspend him for a whole year? Come
Yeah.
on, come on.
Yeah.
And then the statement they come out with talking about, people speculating about what woman it was and who was this and who was that. It's none of your business what woman,
Right.
you know.
Right. That's
But
true.
my thing is, here's my thing. You didn't put her out there, but you ran him through the mud.
Yeah.
Okay, not
Well, I believe in protecting her though. Now,
protecting
as
her,
a female, I
but
believe in that.
two wrongs don't make a right. They was
That's
both
true.
in on it. They both did what they did. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. And Marion, that's a good question, which we don't know, but that's a good question to raise. Well, Kenny, I know you have some scores from this past weekend, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to you. And everyone, again, when I come back, I have a lot of news I need to cover in a short period of time. So stay tuned. Go ahead, Kenny, take it away.
all right, all right. News Emotion family. Hey, let's jump into the pool and go for a swim through the scores from this past weekend in college football. The top 5 held on to their spots, but some had to struggle to do so. Kent State, yeah, that school from Ohio, they went down to Georgia and put a scare into Georgia, made Georgia look like they were human, that they can be beat. Georgia held on to win that game 39-22, but the game was closer than what their score says. Number 2, Alabama, they smoked Vanderbilt as they usually do, 55-3. Those Ohio State Buckeyes scored early and often as they beat the Wisconsin Badgers 52-21. Hey, did y'all see Marvin Harrison Jr. out there flashing his Louis Vuitton cleats and his daggone Apple Watch? He playing in the game with this on. Come on, man. He's showing out. He's showing out. Hey, number 4 Michigan Wolverines held on to beat Maryland 34-27. If they don't get it together, coming this Saturday, I was gonna knock them out. Number 5 Clemson took 2 overtimes to beat Wake Forest 51-45. Hey, Kansas State went to number 6 Oklahoma and said, "Hey, y'all not getting this win." And they beat them 41-31. What happened to the University of Miami? Another upset. Middle Tennessee State went down to the U and beat them 45-31. There were some good games also in the NFL this past weekend. And the weekend started out Thursday. Hey, man, I was dancing in my living room as the Cleveland Browns, yep, they beat them daggone Pittsburgh Steelers 29-17. I'm sorry, Latrice Jones, but it happened. Isaiah, I'm sorry. I know y'all a Pittsburgh family, but y'all got smoked this past Thursday. Well, I'm going to say, though, the Steelers need to go ahead and play that young quarterback and sit Mitchell Trubisky down because Mitchell Trubisky is not nobody's quarterback. He can't even quarterback a high school team. He's horrible. He's just horrible. Anyway, everyone was thinking that the Bills were the team to beat in the NFL. But the Miami Dolphins said, "Hold on, pump your brakes, players. Y'all ain't gonna be they'll be like that." As the Miami Dolphins beat them 21-19. The Colts over the Chiefs yesterday, 20-17. The Bears over the Texans, 23-20. The Ravens got back on the winning track as they topped the Patriots 37-26 in the battle of the two best QBs to play the game. Two of the best QBs to play the game. Ended with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers beating Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 14-12. And last night game, what a barn burner. Yeah, I say that tongue in cheek. As the Broncos beat the 49ers 11-10. That's a crazy score to me. The weekend will wrap up tonight as America's team go to New York as they travel to New York to play the New York Giants on ABC's Monday Night Football. Tune in Saturday. Gail has already said it. Tune in Saturday as my Game Over podcast kicks off at 4:30 from the barbershop. Again, I want to say thank you to Gail for this opportunity that you afforded me, and I just can't wait for it to happen. That's sports. Game over. Now it's back to Gail for some more news.
Hey, game over, game over. Listen here. Now, I'm gonna have to say something, and I'm a Buckeye fan, just through and through. But I was looking at Kim Edmondson putting up there about Go Blue. I was watching some of the, I don't watch that game, but I was watching some highlights, and I said, we might be in trouble.
No, we not. No, we not. Because if they don't get it together this weekend, we're getting ready to do something to them. Hey, I'm just telling you.
I'm
They're not as
just
good as
like,
everybody
woo.
thinks. They're not as good as everybody think. They do have a good team, but I'm not worried about Michigan. I'm not worried about nobody in the Big Ten. I really am not. Sorry, Kim. I love you. Childhood friends. But Kim, Blue is going to go. They
It's
going
gonna
home.
be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Well, thank you so much,
All
Kenny. Look
right. I
forward to
love
seeing you
y'all.
Wednesday and then again on Saturday. All right,
Yes.
y'all. Time to dig into some of this, y'all. It's confirmed, y'all. January the 6th committee will resume on Wednesday at 1 p.m. afternoon. I like afternoon better than morning because you can have the right kind of snacks. So, y'all, on Wednesday, September the 28th, 2022, it'll begin on all local or all national channels: CNN, MSNBC, PBS, BBC, C-SPAN. I'm missing some. Even Fox is carrying it. Then my understanding, CBS, NBC, and ABC will be carrying it as well. So y'all, 1 p.m. on Wednesday, they resume. The next thing, speaking of this insurrection in the January 6th committee, an alleged Nazi sympathizer and former Army reservist was sentenced to 4 years in prison, followed by 36 months of supervised release this past Thursday for his role in the January the 6th, 2021 riot at the U.S. Capitol building. Timothy Hale Cusinelli of Colts Neck, New Jersey, was found guilty earlier this year of obstruction of Congress. Prosecutors said that he traveled to Washington and was caught on video making harassing and derogatory comments towards police officers both inside and outside of the Capitol, according to court documents. He told police that the revolution was coming before entering. Also, the Associated Press is reporting that Oath Keepers stand trial on January 6th conspiracy. Stuart Rhodes and 4 co-defendants will go on trial starting Tuesday, that's tomorrow, on a rare and difficult to prove charge of seditious conspiracy. In the biggest test for the Justice Department effort to hold accountable those responsible to the Capitol attack. So watch that unfold. Associated Press is also reporting that Russian forces launched new strikes on Ukrainian cities Saturday as Kremlin orchestrated. Y'all get this. I saw this kind of play out on some of the inside channels for reporters. He orchestrated votes that took place in 4 occupied regions to create a pretext for their Moscow voting system. And these are even Ukrainian people voting on, and they were forcing these people voting on should Russia take those places over, or should they already be considered Russian territory. Now, and this happened again through cities across Russia. Police arrested hundreds of people who tried to protest this mobilization, ordered aim at beefing up the country's troops in Ukraine as well. So a lot's happening there. And that's signaling to the White House that Russia's in trouble, that Putin's in trouble. So they're trying to find other means to get this out here. Now, y'all, this is very interesting, y'all. Again, I'm sure I shared this with y'all here before. Don't just focus on the United States when it comes to voting. You have to focus on other countries as well. Y'all, hard right leader is set to take power in Italy. She'll be Prime Minister. Meloni is on course to become Italy's first woman prime minister and is most right-wing leader since World War II, following yesterday's election. Now, y'all, Meloni, whose party originated in the neo-fascism movement of the post-war era, has criticized the LGBTQ lobby and called for naval blockage of immigrants. At the same time, she has moved closer to the center on issues like controlling Italy's massive debt burden and supporting Ukraine against Russia, one of the biggest political influencers of her life. I want y'all to hear this, is the movie Lord of the Rings. So that's happening, y'all. Italy appears to turn to almost like turn a page to European history by selecting her. According to the BBC, that will alarm much of Europe, as Italy is the UE's third biggest economy. However, this woman coming in, who would be again Italy's first prime minister, female prime minister, is seeking to reassure EU's leader that she's governed as a center-right pragmatist, and she stands by Ukraine and spend EU recovery funds responsibly. Many pundits are saying that she's all over the place, so you really don't know where she will land when she comes into office, but we should be really paying attention to that. Also, y'all, as you may have noticed and may have already felt, the Fed rate hike and your finances. Associated Press is reporting mortgage rates have jumped. Home sales have plummeted, and credit cards and auto loans have gotten pricier. Saving rates are slightly good, That's the only positive that they're seeing so far. As the Federal Reserve has rapidly increased interest rates, many economists say they fear that a recession is inevitable in the coming months. And with it, job losses that could cause hardship for households already are hurt worse by inflation. Don't forget the breakdown I shared with you a couple of weeks ago. The videos never go anywhere, where I broke down the Inflation Reduction Act. You can go through and see where you may fall on any of those things. And someone has asked me to do a webinar on it. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not, but I think I gave y'all 2 days of at least 20 minutes each day of content. That would have been a Wednesday and Thursday, not last week, but the week before, on News and Motion. So check that out. Now, they're telling you not to rush to the store to do this. This is not a toilet paper fiasco that we've had previously, but they are saying with the holidays coming, dairy farms are saying there may not be enough butter for all the baking and all the stuff that we do for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Y'all just don't go and buy up all the butter. Just don't do it. But I'm telling you here on News and Motion that they're really concerned about it. If you go get you just like one box of 4 sticks or something, and just don't. Let's not do that. Okay. So let's be mindful of that. The Fed's latest move has raised its benchmark rate to a range of 3% to 3.25%, the highest level in 14 years. Now, its steady rate increases have already made it increasingly costly for consumers and businesses to borrow for homes, autos, and other purchases. Now, they're saying their benchmark could reach as high as 4.5% by early next year. So y'all plan accordingly. I see you, Diane Ladybug. What's up, girl? All right, y'all. In other news, we still have a lot of news, and this is where my call to action is going to land today. If y'all remember, it was last year, a year ago, the U.S. Border Patrol agents, we saw many horrific images of the agents on horseback chasing tens of thousands of Haitian migrants and asylum seekers as they cross Rio Grande. Photos and videos from the incident went viral. Y'all saw where it looked as if one had a rope. Well, they did have a rope, striking people. Other incidents of agents yelling profanities to migrants and dangerously maneuvering their horses around a small child on a slant. And at least one agent was recorded making derogatory comments about Haiti and Haitian women. These things this happened. Yeah, the incident drew national attention. There was a lot of pushback, but as we always do, everybody got quiet. Well, they're asking that we start talking about this again, as in they're saying, as this is their quote, as we are heading into 1 year anniversary of what the world witnessed in Del Rio. We want people to remember that moment. We want people to remember the inhumane treatment of people of African descent. They're saying, please raise your voices. Please use your social media platform. You can go get different articles. This article comes from HuffPost that I'm sharing with you. Just go to different articles, share it, put it out there so that people are aware and they don't forget, because they're saying something needs to be done with that. It's like we've moved on like we do with everything else. And y'all, at some point, we have to stop moving on and do something. So that's my call to action today. All right, y'all, just go ahead and drop the mic. Y'all, Rihanna is back. The superstar announced that she would be performing at the 2023 Super Bowl halftime show, now sponsored by Apple Music. In a mega viral tweet, I can't even get that out. Fans have been waiting a long time to see Rihanna back in action. She hasn't released an album since 2016 and last performed in public in 2018. And now she'll take the stage in front of the largest TV audience, hopefully in the US. So let's cheer her on. Y'all know she recently had a baby, so she's coming back. Now, to give you this information as well, I see you, Sir Stephanie Burbridge Hall. Associated Press is reporting sharply rising cases of some sexually transmitted diseases, including a 26% rise in new syphilis infections reported last year, are prompting the U.S. health officials to call for new prevention and treatment efforts. Yeah, that's happening, y'all. The Center for Disease to Control says it is imperative that we work to build, innovate, and expand STD prevention in the US. They're saying that this is on a rapid upward spiral on sexually transmitted diseases. Y'all, the infection rate for some STDs, including gonorrhea and syphilis, have been rising for years, but we're not talking about it. They're seeing it really take place in millennial groups and Gen Z groups. Last year, the rate of syphilis cases reached its highest since 1991, and the total number of cases hit its highest since 1948. Y'all, HIV cases are also on the rise, up 16% from last year. I want y'all to really hear about this. Again, that's why I wanted you to bring paper and pencil to write this down. Y'all, we can have conversations with those in our family about protection and safety. It's important, and these are things we need to talk about. I know we're focused on voting, and we're focused on the January 6th committee, and we're focused on different candidates, and we're focused on theft, and we're focused on inflation. We're focused on all of those things, but we cannot be distracted and not focus on these things as well. Now, along with that, if that's not enough, international outbreak of monkeypox is also spreading. They're saying it's spreading rapidly. Um, and they're saying, please, please, please stop promoting that it's being spread between men having sex with men and women having sex with women. It's being spread throughout all people. They're saying if you have any type of symptoms, please contact your physician immediately to let them know. They said some people are not reporting because they are embarrassed, believing that people would think that people who are heterosexual, they're afraid that people would label them as having sex with someone of the same sex. They're saying that's not the truth. That is considered disinformation, and we need to squash that now. That's considered disinformation. We need to squash that now. You are absolutely right, Kim Edmondson. Healthcare is on the ballot. Having factual information is key in doing everything that we need to do. All right, y'all, with that, I want to go to the inspirational message. And the inspirational message is this: let it go. Why? It is slowly killing you. So many people are holding on to stuff that they need to let go of. Past hurt, past wounds, past pain, past rejection, just past stuff, and you're holding on to it. Let it go, because it is slowly killing you. It's slowly killing you. I had the opportunity, it's a joy when people contact you and say, hey, this person's going through something. I told them they should reach out to you. Do you have a few moments to speak with them? I had the opportunity to pray with 3 different people on Saturday. People who someone else had referred me to, and just to hear their story and to love on them and to pray with them and to speak with them and to really see, okay, what's really going on here. One young lady said that she had already spoken with her therapist, but she just wanted to have prayer. So as we were praying, I made the comment in the prayer, said, it's time for you to let this go. And the person just was weeping loudly, almost to a scream. And she said, I've been holding on to this since I was 15 years old. She's 40 something. And I said, wow. I said, I'm glad you're seeing a therapist. Continue to see your therapist to get to the root of what's really going on. I said, but as you can see, and as what you have shared, this is slowly killing you. And I said, and you're too important to allow that that happened years ago, that pain, those wounds, the lies, the bullying to consume you every day of your life. And it was just interesting that after I was done on Saturday, I said, that's the inspirational message today. And I don't want to just throw this out here like I don't care, but I want y'all to hear this. So what they were talking about you? So what? So what they didn't believe in you? So what? I know you're probably saying, yeah, that's harsh. No, at some point you gotta let that go. You have to let it go. And hear me, I'm guilty of it too. I hold on to things as well. But when you hold on to something, it does something. It slowly kills you. When you finally say, I can't do anything about it, let that go, you will feel a freeness that comes over you. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. That's also tied with forgiveness. Forgive, and even forgive yourself for holding on to it for so long. I'm gonna let you wrestle with that and sit with that. Maybe throughout the day, think about things that you've been holding on to for so long and ask yourself, why am I still holding on to this? Many cases, we don't even know why do I have aught with this person? What really happened? Where did this go down? We don't even know. We don't even know. Let it go. I'm telling you, it's freeing. I'm telling you, it is freeing. All right, y'all, until tomorrow, I am Gail Dudley. This has been your News in Motion. Y'all know what I say. Y'all stay well. And remember, make some bold moves. I'm out.
News in motion.